Hey there. Today I want to talk about the importance of cash in your business and how you can go about improving your cash flow. My name is Sarah Delavan. I'm a food business financial consultant and creator of the Financial Success Formula online program. I help food business owners build more profitable food businesses. So let's start by talking about how important cash is in your business. In a nutshell, the more cash you have, the healthier your business is. You are more likely to survive seasonal sales dips, more likely to survive an economic downturn or an unexpected event like supply shortages or even crazy things like global pandemics. You also have a greater ability to reinvest in your business if you have steady cash flow. So there's lots of reasons why cash is important, mainly the sustainability of your business. So you can have a profitable food business and still struggle with cash flow. And I want to talk about 4 things that you can do to improve the cash flow of your business. Number 1 may seem obvious. Really, a number of these on the list may seem obvious after you hear them, but they might not even be on your radar right now. So number 1 is make sure your products are priced for profitability. Seems obvious, right? But there are a lot of businesses out there where your products are priced for product profitability, but not for business profitability. And I've talked about this before, but those are 2 very different things. So businesses that struggle to achieve consistent profitability often have products that are priced just for product profitability, and they're not priced for the business level profitability. The same goes with cash flow. So if you are struggling either with profitability or with cash flow, you want to first look at the price of your products, the margins, and the profit dollars generated from the sale of each unit. Tip number 2, speed up the rate at which your revenue turns into cash. So we're essentially talking about accounts receivable here and how quickly a sale turns into cash in the bank, right? So if you're a direct to consumer brand, you've got it pretty good, right? You are either collecting cash at the time of the sale, so that's like an immediate transition from revenue to cash, or you're working with a third-party processor where you are getting cash deposited into your bank account in 3 to 5 days, right? It's a pretty quick turnaround, and that's great for cash flow. If you are a wholesaler or a manufacturer, you might have terms that look like net 30, net 60, even net 90, depending on the size of your customers. And that can make cash flow a lot more difficult to manage. So you may consider some options, right? And maybe some of your customers will go for this, maybe they won't, but it's worth a shot, right? You can ask for a paid in full invoice where you offer a discount if your customer pays in full. You may consider a 50-50 payment plan, right? Where they pay a portion of the total invoice upfront to help cover production costs, and then they can pay the remaining 50% of the invoice, net 30, net 60, net 90, whatever is appropriate for them. And if they do that, you can offer a small discount incentive. Now, the one caveat to this is that you want to be sure that your discount is big enough to make a difference to your customer, but not so big that it actually negatively impacts the overall profitability of your business. It's not good to just get a bunch of cash in up front if you're not going to be profitable in the long run. Tip number 3 is slow down the rate at which cash leaves your business. So we're trying to get cash in quicker and out slower. So we're talking about accounts payable here. And this is a fun topic for me because this is something that a lot of business owners aren't aware of. And that is that you can renegotiate your payment terms. So oftentimes when we are starting new businesses or we are small businesses, right, working with new vendors, we get kind of crap terms, right? We got COD, maybe you've got net 10 or net 15. Maybe you have to pay your supplier first, and then in a few days they'll ship your product and you get it like a week later, right? You are spending cash very, very quickly. And when you are sending out cash that quickly and your customers aren't paying for 60 or 90 days after delivery, that makes managing cash flow even harder. So what you can do is simply phone your vendors and request new payment terms. So generally, you get terms up front, and then when you pay on time for a specified amount of time, you are eligible for extended terms. And a lot of people don't know about that. So if you're a new business owner starting out, here are my tips for you. Be clear on what your terms are right now and ask when you can be considered for a term extension. Then mark your calendar, make all of your payments on time, and follow up with that vendor when you get the calendar reminder. If you're a food business owner who's been in business for a while and you have never or it's been a while since you've asked for extended terms, go ahead and call your vendors and ask them for a reconsideration. The longer you can get your payment terms, the better it will be for the cash flow of your business. Last but certainly not least is tip number 4, and that is look ahead and project your future cash flows. So I am a very big fan of financial forecasting. It is such a great tool for helping you make business decisions and for building a profitable food business. And when you add a cash flow projection to your overall financial projections, you get a lot of decision-making power in your hands. You can see how a decision that you make today will affect your cash flow 6 to 12 months into the future. You can see with some certainty what your cash flow will look like if you need to purchase ingredients and supplies, produce products, deliver them, and then not get paid for 60 to 90 days. So you can see how taking on a big customer is going to impact your cash flow. You can also determine things like what a sudden decrease in sales or what a sudden spike in sales is going to do to your cash flow this month and for several months into the future. You essentially have the power to look into the future and then make decisions today that can positively impact you and your cash flow tomorrow. That is super exciting. There are cash flow tools, that you can utilize in spreadsheets. And if you're using QuickBooks or another, really good accounting software, you can also utilize some of the cash flow tools there. I hope you've enjoyed these 4 tips for improving your cash flow. I'm excited to hear which ones you implement and how it works out for you. So please comment below. And I will talk to you all again very soon.